Tuesday, 6:30 a.m. Buongiorno. Why am I shooting at this time on a Tuesday morning? Because I got to go to work. And I'll explain the real reason over at the board. It's a chilly morning, dew on the grass. I just did my Tai Chi in the grass in bare feet. Felt pretty good, actually. Usually it's in the living room. This time of the year you can get out, look at the mountains, a little meditation while you're moving the creaky old body. So let's get to it. Now, we're on show 177 right now, and that's just the numbering of the shows. With all the ancillary things we did, I have to go through, but there were well over 200 shows probably in the book. So I can't remember half the time. Did I already do that? I don't want to repeat for the sake of repeating or for being lazy, but we did have the old show come on in my kitchen, and I might have done this. It's worth repeating, okay? Let's head over to the board, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. We're going to make some butter. Like I said, I may have done this once already, but if I did, it was 3 years ago. KitchenAid mixer. There's many ways to make homemade butter. You can use your blender. You could use your Cuisinart, your food processor. You could put it in a clean jar and just shake it. But I'm going with the KitchenAid with this metal blade attachment. I got my heavy cream. That's 1 quart. But I'm only going to do about half. I'll do it in 2 batches for 2 reasons. One is there is some splatter when you do this. When the butter starts to separate into the buttermilk, you can get some splatter. So I'm going to put this guard on, and I'm also going to use the towel. There we go. Okay. That'll keep a little splatter down, and then I'll use this towel. This was a gift. Thank you, M. You got a pizza, my heart. Clean towel, and we'll use that because there will be, oops, shouldn't have put that on yet. There we go. Okay. I don't think I ever used, oh yeah, I have used this to pour stuff through, but it was many, many moons ago. All right, medium speed. And this is going to take about 5 minutes, but I'll shut it off at one point and we'll take a look. Here we go. It works better when you plug it in. Alright, about medium. That's number 4 out of 10. I'll see you in a minute or 2. Okay, it's been about a minute. I can see the cream starting to thicken up a little. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crank it up higher. And this is when you want to put your towel on, because there will be some splatter. That buttermilk is going to separate from the solids. All right, another 2-3 minutes, we'll have a look. All right, let's take a look. There it goes. Now it's looking like whipped cream. See that? Good thing we have the shield. Look. I know you can't see too well inside the bowl yet, but we're looking at it in a minute. Now we really want it to separate. See you in another couple minutes. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn this off for a second, because I did have a peek. And what I noticed, let's pick this up. Looks like really nice whipped cream right now. But what I noticed was, you see how it's climbing up the sides? So I want to push it all back down. In fact, let me get this off so I can really get around the whole thing. It's a heavy, heavy whipped cream right now, just shy of being butter. So let's give it the final spin. And then when we do the other half, I'll put this in the bowl. And when we do the other half, I want you to come outside with me. I want to show you what I want to get. I'm going to call that Beyond Whipped Cream. Delicious. Ooh, you could spread that the way it is right now onto a like an English muffin. It would be phenomenal. Now let's get this guy back on and wrap this up. Put the lock on. Get my towel on, because it is starting to, this is where the buttermilk's going to separate. Next time I pull that towel, we should have butter. Okay, now if you listen to the machine, it sounds a little different. And now is when the splatter starts. It's all over the counter. So let's slow it down and take a peek here. See, now we're getting butter. Alright, let me give it just 30 seconds. I'm going to get my strainer and we'll bring it over and give it a strain. The towel is key. There is a little splatter on the counter, but we saved the kitchen from an absolute disaster. Okay, let's get this off. I'm going to put that in the sink for the moment. I do have another batch to make, but I'll do that one off camera. And we'll come outside. I want to show you something out there. Okay, I got a little bit of cheesecloth here. I've got my strainer here. It's going to fit in this glass bowl. Hold on. Let me turn this off and reconfigure the shot a little. Okay, that ought to work. So I'll take me a little piece of this cheesecloth here. This strainer is fine. That has about 3 or 4 angled mesh. So I could probably get away without the cheesecloth. But I'm just going to go with a 1 ply, because what we're going to do at the end is give it a gentle squeeze to get all that buttermilk out. Okay, here we go. Let's start with this. Ooh, we have butter. Now, why make homemade butter? Is it more economical? No. Is it 1,000 times better than the cheap store butter? Without question. The freshness of it. You can salt or not salt to your liking. And let's see, that quart of cream cost me, I'd say, just under $5. Maybe it was like $4.79. Okay, I could go to my supermarket, like the Hannaford, and get a pound of butter, probably for $2.99 when it's on sale, $3.99. So you're not saving money. But the difference in the butter is just amazing. Look at that. Let me get, now it's not often we go around eating raw butter since we were, 4 years old. But all this it really is cream. I can't even. I bought some English muffins. I know I bought them, but I'll probably do one on the weekend, maybe Saturday morning before I edit the show. Do an English muffin with a little butter, maybe a poached egg. All right, I'm going to put the second batch on. And you don't need to watch this one go. It's going to be the same process, but look how much butter I'm going to have in this house. You can freeze it, because this is fresh, no preservatives, right? But at this point, I'm going to put this on low for that first minute or two, and then hop out to the garden with me. It's a beautiful morning. I wish I didn't have to leave. But here's what we're going to get. We're going to do half plain butter and half chive butter. Look, they're just about ready to flour. Hey, what's up, you mooks? Not yet. I haven't even gotten ready for work yet. You get your bugs in a little while. Alright, get a bunch of these chives, nice and young. Pre-flower. That flower's getting ready to open. Alright, that ought to do it. Let's head back to the kitchen. Okay, apology for the racket in the background, but I do want to get that second batch done. It's now 7:01, and I do have to get out of here by 8 a.m. So look, I'm going to squeeze out as much buttermilk as possible, and let's take these chives here. Flowers and all, right? Those flowers pack a great flavor punch. Plus you get that little purple tinge. I just looked at the screen. You can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm awful with this, but I am learning, folks. I'm learning. Here we go. It's not easy being the production assistant, director, camera operator, cook. I love it. Alright, here we go. Fresh homemade butter. We're going to go with the chives. And we're going to go with... The second batch is going to be plain, and I'm going to leave it unsalted. That'll be my cooking butter, baking butter. This one here, 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt. It's so soft. It'll stiffen up a little in the fridge, etc. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is roll it into a log. You could get fancy with this. You could get butter molds. I could use the ice cube trays. I think I have one out that I hadn't filled yet. Is it around? There it is. Let's use this, because then what I'll do is I'll pop it in the freezer. I'll keep some out. This way you get perfect portions, right? Yeah, I'll just do 4 of these. That's about half of my log. I'll pop that in the freezer. And this piece I'll have for immediate use. The chives. Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a piece of plastic, take my butter log, after I taste the piece with chives and salt. Might have to make some bagels this weekend. Well, you know what? Memorial Day weekend bagels. There you go. Bagels with scrambled eggs. Might even break down for some bacon. And there you go. I've got more butter than I usually buy, and I don't go through butter fast. I buy a pound of butter. It can sit for 3 months. So with this in the freezer, are you kidding? Now, what I do is, before work I have 2 small cups of Joe, and that's it. I don't eat. I bring my oats. That's soaked overnight with some banana and a little, I think I used oat milk. I'll put some blueberries, some walnuts, maybe a little drizzle of honey, some little dark chocolate nibs. But depending on how I soak it, I like it just a tad maybe more wet than that. So guess what? We've got our buttermilk. And here's the thing. I don't eat breakfast during the week. Well, here. So I bring that to work and I eat a little later in the morning. But come on, man. How could I resist? I mean, it's one thing to have it in the freezer and over the weekend. But you make any of these things fresh, you gotta have it immediately. This is fresh out of the churn. It's kind of like butter slash whipped cream. Now this is unsalted. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave this batch unsalted. So I'm just going to put a few grains of kosher on there. I did have this ripe avocado. I'm bringing it for my salad at lunch. I thought about slicing it on, but no way. I want to go pure. Butter, less than 5 minutes out of the churner. Let's give it a go. Cross that one off the shopping list. Won't be buying butter anytime soon. Treat yourself. All right, let's recap. Quarter heavy cream, give or take, round off $5. I got, I'm gonna say at least 4 sticks of butter, right? Put these in the freezer. I'll do 4 of each. I didn't even squeeze this one yet. It's got a little more water or liquid in it than the other one. But I'm not going to complain about that. Are you? So freezer, stick of chive butter. This is what I should have done before I put it in that. Okay. I'd say almost a pound of butter. I didn't weigh it. Plus my buttermilk. That stuff ain't cheap in the store. Go buy buttermilk. So I'll add just a touch to the oats. Cap this. Put it in the fridge. This show might be getting long already, so I don't know if I'll do it on camera Saturday, but think pancakes, fresh laid eggs. I'll see you all for the next episode. Come on, let's do it.